friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am here to share my poetry collection with you. I actually got the wire basket at Target, so I don't know if they even still have them, but if you're looking for something like this, check Target. But I just figured I needed a separate place to put my poetry to like separate it from my normal novels. I liked that aesthetic. So I have all of my poetry in here that I currently have. This is my read and unread poetry. Alright, so this is what I'm working with. And it's not all poetry, as you will see. So I have We Should All Be Feminist by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I think I said that right. This is a short little book, and I read this and I rated it 5 stars, and it's like a feminist, you know, book. And then I have 2 poetry collections by Saul Williams. Set This Shotgun to the Head and She. And I have not read these yet, so I need to get on that. This, my mother got me for, was it Christmas? Yeah, she got this for me for Christmas, and her neighbor actually wrote this. So it's Reflections of Life, Joy, Love, Peace, and Happiness by Martha Jean Linton. And I thought, oh yeah, I'm about, let's see, I am on page 25. So she did all these flower arrangements, like her and her daughter, and then wrote poetry. So it has lots of different flower arrangements as well in there. But yeah, so I'm like in the middle of reading that. Then I have Dirty Pretty Things by Michael Faudet, and I have not read this one yet. I have The Second Sex by Michael Robbins. I have not read this one yet. I have Please Find This, I Wrote This For You and Only You by Ian S. Thomas. I have this one. So these are both by Ian S. Thomas. And I read this one already, as you can see from the tabs. And then there's this one. I haven't read this one, but I have read this one. Then I have The Princess Saves Herself in This One by Amanda Lovelace. Love this poet, one of my favorite collections. I did not tab anything in here, and that's because I would have tabbed everything and probably run out of tabs at the time. So yes, definitely recommend this. I read Abstract Heart by J. Iron Word. Didn't really care for this one too much, but I love the cover. I also have The Chaos of Longing, a poetry collection by K.Y. Robinson. Again, love the cover. Not a huge fan. I have Of Yesteryear by Lauren Eden. I liked this one. I've got some tabs in it, and again, the cover is so pretty, and it does have a lot of star poetry in it, so I like that it had stars on the cover, and it featured a lot of poetry with stars as well. And as another favorite, Stuff I've Been Feeling Lately by Alicia Cook. I need to get the extended version. This is just the regular version before they like redid it. But yeah, I love this collection so much. I also have Bright Minds, Empty Souls by Jeanne Cecilia and Hummingbird by Sophie Elaine Hansen. Enjoyed both of these, and again, the covers are beautiful. I have this Knitting Made Easy book in here. Hi Lady and Other Random Thoughts by Max Smith. This one I got at the book exchange a while back. I did a whole review of this. Like, I love this poetry collection so much, and it's like old and beat up, and I just love it. Milk and Honey, and yeah, we all know how I feel about this. I rated it 3 stars. I think it's average. This is what got me back into poetry, so I'll hang on to it for that reason. I also have her collection, The Sun and Her Flowers. So I have 2 of her collections. Her covers are always beautiful. I just don't like relate to her poetry. I also have Planting Gardens and Graves by R.H. Sen. Loved this poetry collection. Pillow Thoughts by Courtney Peppernell. Loved this so much. I read it at like the perfect time in my life when I absolutely needed it. And I saw the other day when I went to Barnes & Noble, I saw like the hardcover copy of this, and the jellyfish right here is like a little bit raised, and it's like holographic, and there's an additional chapter. I wanted it so bad, but I'm holding out for Pillow Thoughts 2, which comes out later this summer. The last couple of things I have in here, I have Puffin Food, which this is a zine that Ariel Bassett and like a couple of other people like wrote little things and stuff like that inside. So I purchased that off of her Etsy shop. And also this one, the hashtag non-spawn, a zine by Ariel Bassett. So I got both of her older zines. I think there's another one currently available in her Etsy shop that I need to get. Also have this little poetry collection, Philadelphia, and I love that it's printed on this like watercolor paper and bound, but this one is signed. This is by Gina Myers, and I got this when I went to a bookstore in Richmond, Virginia, and I love the front, how it's like printed on there, and I love the paper, and I love how it's bound, and I don't know, I didn't really enjoy the collection, but I love the aesthetic of the collection. I also have this book that my late grandmother Marie Bailey wrote, and it's Kitty Has a Dream, and she was an artist, so she made this entire book herself. She wrote the story, she drew the pictures. I just think this is absolutely wonderful, and I'm so happy that I have a copy. I have B, a poem by Sarah Kay, which is one poem from this collection, actually. No Matter the Wreckage, poems by Sarah Kay. Sarah Kay has been one of my favorite individual poem poets, if that makes sense. I read B, absolutely loved it. I read The Type, which I do not own a copy of, and absolutely loved it. This was $12. $12 for this one poem, and I loved this poem, so I don't mind. I think I didn't pay $12 because I got it on like Amazon, but it retails for $12. And I got her entire book of poetry that retails for $15, and B and The Type are in here. So I loved B, I loved The Type. But overall, her collection, didn't really love it. And the last poetry collection I have is this one. I think it's one of the most unique covers that I own, the most colorful and interesting covers that I own. Motherland Fatherland HomelandSexuals by Patricia Lockwood. And this is a poetry This is the poetry collection that I got in my Drunk Book Outlet haul or order, and I have tried to sit down and read a poem in here, and it was just so weird. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this, but I'm going to try. That concludes my current collection of poetry. I do love poetry. It's something I like to revisit and just read poems like from time to time. I definitely want to keep adding to my collection, so let me know who your favorite poet is. Please let me know your current favorite poetry collection, and I will look into it. But that's all for today's video. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're all having a lovely day, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye! The first poem on page 1 is your country a he or a she in your mouth? I mean, really? Mine is a man, I think. I love men. They call me a fatherland sexual. All the motherland sexuals have been sailed away, and there were never any here in the first place, they tell us. Myself, I have never seen a mountain. Myself, I have never seen a valley, especially not my own. I am afraid of the people who live here, who eat hawk and wild rice from my pelvic bone. Oh no, I am 14. I have walked into my motherland's bedroom. Her body is indistinguishable from the fatherland, who is loving her from behind. So close their borders match up, except for a notable area belonging to the fatherland. I am drawn to the motherland's lurid sunsets. I am reaching my fingers to warm them. The people in my valley are scooping hawk like crazy. I can no longer tell which country is which. Salt air off both their coasts, so gross, where it is a good, nice gulp of Midwestern pre-tornado. The tornado above me has sucked up a cow. The motherland declares the tornado above him has sucked up a bull, she says, pointing to the fatherland. But the cow is clearly a single cow, chewing a single cud of country. Chewing their countries into one. I hate these country, I scream, and their eyes shine with rain and fog, because I am the last, using the accent of the homeland. I am the last of a homeland sexual, and I will never go away from them. There will one day be two of you, two they say. I am boarding myself. Already, I recede from their coast like a super ferry, packed steam to stern with citizens, all waving hellos and goodbyes, and at night all my people go below and gorge themselves with hunks of hawk. the traditional dish of the new floating heartland. So what is this? I don't even know how to digest this. Wow.